Good evening, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue with Psalm reading. Today we're going to read Psalm 19. I'm going to read Psalm 19. For the director of music, a Psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun, which is like a bridegroom coming forth from his pavilion, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and makes it circuit to the other. Nothing is hidden from his heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, endure forever. The ordinances of the Lord are sure and altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them is your servant warned. In keeping them there is a great reward. Who can discern his arrows? Forgive my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then will I be blameless, innocent of a great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. So this is Psalm 19. It seems the tone is kind of neutral. It's not like some of them are very happy, praise and thanksgiving, like 18 count all of those, the wonderful thing God has done to him. And not as the others, very blue, very sad, very worried or anxious or angry. It's just the mutual in between. So for the director of music, a Psalm of David. The heaven declares the glory of God, and the skies proclaim the works of his hand. Day after day they pour forth speech, night after night they display knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voices goes out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. So this is the heaven declares the nature. The nature wonder is the sign of how glory the God is, the God he believes. So day after day they pour out speech, and the skies proclaim the work of his hands. So it's like the nature is like the written word from the nature, day and night. They display the knowledge. It's the knowledge. Display the knowledge means so mysterious to read, waiting to be explored. So they display the knowledge, the nature. God created nature along with the knowledge for human to conquer and to explore. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voice goes out into all the earth. Their words to the end of the the earth. So this is to the ends of the world. There's the note for this part. They said the Septuagint. It's just a different language, kind of translated from other Hebrew language. I think that's the note, which means probably there's something hidden or not quite sure. But anyway, there's no speech or language where their voice is not heard. Their voice goes out into the earth, their words to the end of the world. So if you listen carefully with your heart, there's no words unheard. or if you speak to the what you believe, the God you believe, it should be heard. The God will hear your heart. You listen from your heart, and the God will listen to your heart. So there's no words cannot be heard. In the heavens, he has pitched a tent for the sun, like a bridegroom coming forth from his pavilion, and the champion rejoiced to run his course. It again is praise the God, like how wonderful, how magnificent the God is, the nature is. Pitched a tent for the sun, which is like a bridegroom coming forth from the pavilion. It's like the most wonderful time in the life. What the God did to him is comparable to that. So this like a champion rejoiced to run his course. So this is the kind of, he is happy. The tune and the spirit is high from this. He is very happy. At this moment, the heaven to him is like the most wonderful time in the life. So it's kind of high, happy. It rises at one end of the heavens and makes its secret to the others. Nothing is hidden from his heat. The Son of Almighty, that means continuously with the nature, how God created the sun, how wonderful the sun is. There's no corner that hidden from the sun, from his heat. I think it's a parable. There's no corner cannot be showered under the benison of the God he believed, based on his belief. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. It says follow the words from the God is going to be perfect, reviving the soul, replenishing, revitalize the soul. And also the statute of the God is trustworthy. Make the wise simple, just the pure heart, trust the God, the simple, I think that's what it means. It means pure, one God to believe. Okay? One God control the world, so make it simple. And then the precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant and giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The ordinances of the Lord are sure and altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them is your servant warned. In keeping them, there is a great reward. Again, this is to emphasize how great the Lord is. He's ordinate, and he's pure, he's precious, he's sweet. So basically, the Lord, the God he believes, is the only one with purity, with sweetness, and the precious, more than anything in this world. We know gold is the most precious, but here it says, he said, the God is more precious than the pure gold. Who can discern his arrows? Forgive my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then will I be blameless, innocent of great transgressions. So this is a kind of, who is going to be perfect? Nobody. But I'm asking you, present myself to you. I'm not perfect. I ask you to guide me, to trust me, so that I will be away from the willful sins, and I will be blameless in your sight. It's not like I'm going to be blameless by somebody, but it's in God's sight. He will be blameless, following the guidance from the God, the decree of God. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleased in your sight, O Lord, my rock, my redeemer. Again, this is a plea and pray and ask from the humble, even though we do not know whether this is from when he was a king or he's not. But again, this is a humble heart. Plea and pray, ask, request. Please, may the words of my mouth be accepted and by you, or please you, so you will be with me always, and rule over me, so that I will not sin for in your sight. And you're my rock, my redeemer. Regardless of what the people think or what the people thought about me, but you're my rock, you're my redeemer. So this is a very high, actually spirit quite high from some of the verses. In general, just praise the God and ask God continuously with him to strengthen his faith, to guide him so he will not fall. He will continue to claim the victory under the God he believes, on the protection of the God whom he believes. So this is the Psalm 19. It's a very traditionally praised, or everybody like this psalm. I think there must be a special meaning for this. My interpretation probably not fit for yours. You can read it and interpret by yourself. And I definitely will read more about this psalm. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.